Hello everyone. I Daman Singh welcome you all to another episode of your beloved podcast Seedhi Baat. Dear listeners, today we have a very special guest and my friend from the city of Hyderabad, Mr. Samir Kumar, who is going to touch upon a very crucial topic. He is going to share the journey of a UPSC aspirant in Rajendra Nagar. Yes, my friends, it's about all his sweet and sour experiences which he gained in one last year while he was staying in Rajendra Nagar preparing for civil services at one of the most renowned institutes for this exam. I hope you all guessed it right. The institute was Vajiram and Ravi. So without taking much time, first of all, I'd like to welcome Samir on our platform, and I also thank you for sparing some time for this initiative. Samir, I'm going to start this discussion from a very basic question, and that is what was your motive behind preparing for civil services? I mean, we all know the amount of dignity and financial perks that this job brings to a person. I want to know that apart from these factors, what was your motivation behind dreaming of going in this coveted field of services?
Hello everyone. Hi Doman. I'm Samir. I'm really grateful to be here talking with all of you guys about this exam and my experience with the exam and whatever I've gone through in Delhi. So just stay tuned. Coming straight to the point, Daman. When I was really young, I came across the foreign service and something in me wanted to go around the world, meet new people, experience new cultures, and then when I grew up, it felt like no, it was not so actually worth it. But at one point of time, I came across problems which are being faced by Indians abroad and countries not having a proper relationship with each other. Even if they have one, that relationship being strained and problems in general being why is there so much misery around and why are people fighting each other. So being a diplomat would mean building bridges between people and countries which were broken and repairing them. So I just wanted to be something which connected people, and on a personal level I just wanted to be there for everyone. So that kind of motivated me. And although it is not so sought after it's compared to the IAS or the IPS, it is still my cup of tea, I think.
Well, that sounds good to know that you are so specific about why you opt for Indian Foreign Services. As nowadays we see that most of the people they blindly go for IAS or IPS. Okay, so as you mentioned that you made up your mind at a very young age that one day you are going to serve the people and the nation by joining the foreign services. So I just want to know that how hard it is to keep that motivation alive for such a long period of time. I mean, in that tender age, we all know that our mind fluctuates in many directions. How you were able till date that you focus is still on the same thing.
Visualization, that is the key. So it matters what you visualize on. For example, if you are visualizing yourself with the prize, you're imagining yourself that you have become something, or you got what you actually wanted, you accomplished your goals. If you really don't get it, that might really hurt you. But then if you visualize that hard work which is needed for that, if you actually think about yourself doing that hard work and grinding your way through whatever is coming for you, then that will keep you on track and motivated. Not just the goal. Yeah, the goal should be on your mind, but then yeah, the small things which keep you on your toes are also really important.
Well, those who are listening to us, it's a great takeaway for them that if you frame something in your mind and keep visualizing it time and again, it helps you to stay motivated and focused. Samir, as our topic of today's discussion is based on the journey of an aspirant in the Rajendra Nagar of Delhi, or we can call that place as the Hollywood city of UPSC. So tell us why you decided to go to Delhi for your preparation. I mean, Hyderabad is also a metropolitan, and I'm sure that there will be numerous institutes who will be serving the same purpose in that city. So, any specific reason that you like to mention that why you came to Delhi?
Isolation is the answer. Yes, Hyderabad is a good city, and there are many amazing institutes in which you can learn and take coaching from. But then, my responsibilities as a son and a friend should not cloud my preparation, right? And that was one of the main reasons why I had to move to Delhi and continue my coaching over there. So, it might sound a little selfish, but then it is required. Sometimes, if you want something, you have to let go of something. It is not so complicated, really. And there is another slight advantage to it that whatever material is released comes to Delhi first and then to Hyderabad. Sometimes not the major material is released everywhere, but then there is some things which you can't get everywhere. You get that in Delhi, and then you get all of that in one place. You don't have to scram around the whole city to find you some material for one specific topic. This might sound weird because most of the people won't relate to it if they are not away from home. But then, when you are in a new place, you have to settle down and adjust with your location and know how people are around you and adjust to them. And there is a new equilibrium in your life. So, everything is going to change, and that is kind of inevitable, and that is a first step into settling down and facing everything. What I faced was not in a physical realm, it was all in my head. So I had to get out of my head, basically. I had to fight with whatever I had, being by myself in a strange city. Kind of gave me really new experiences, like making new friends and talking to people you know Yeah, I got what I always wanted. That is to experience a completely new culture, which is different from what I have in my home city. And that was really like a life-changing experience for me. If you think about it really, yeah. So if your place isn't so nice to sit and study, if there is any kind of disturbance around you, you can always go to a study hall and sit down where people around you are always studying, and that might also give you a sense of belongingness. Ki, yeah, everybody studying, and I belong here because I'm studying right now. It kind of helps you that way.
Okay, so now I understand that why students rush towards Delhi. I mean, isolation is of course a major factor, but they also don't want to get late in getting any new piece of paper which contains information related to the exam that may be directly or indirectly, right? So when you came to Delhi a year back with a dream in your eyes, what were the challenges that you faced initially while settling there? I mean, it's not easy for anyone to left their comfort zone, their home, their parents, their friends, and everything else which one is used to, and just move to a totally new place where you are going to handle all by yourself. So, how difficult it was for you to start a new journey in Delhi?
This might sound weird because most of the people won't relate to it if they are not away from home. But then, when you are in a new place, you have to settle down and adjust with your location and know how people are around you and adjust to them. And there is a new equilibrium in your life. So everything is going to change, and that is kind of inevitable, and that is a first step into settling down and facing everything. What I faced was not in a physical realm, it was all in my head. So I had to get out of my head, basically. I had to fight with whatever I had, being by myself in a strange city. Kind of gave me really new experiences, like making new friends and talking to people you know Yeah, I got what I always wanted. That is to experience a completely new culture, which is different from what I have in my home city. And that was really like a life-changing experience for me. if you think about it really, yeah. Being away from your comfort zone, away from your family and your mother's cooking, will get to you for a brief amount of time, but eventually you can get through this by keeping constantly in touch with your family and sharing your progress. And on top of that, I had my friends to take care of me, be my another family in Delhi, and that is kind of sweet of them too.
So from this, we can write that one has to be prepared mentally before starting this roller coaster journey of preparation that is mixed with guilt in human emotions. And as Sameer, you have mentioned that when you settle at a new place, you meet new friends. And as you were in Delhi and specifically in Rajendra Nagar, so I guess that most of the friends that you made there must be preparing for UPSC as well. So here a question arises that we all know that the feeling of competition is in human behavior. One always compares himself with the other person, and this is a basic attribute of human behavior that comes out more rapidly when the goal of two or more persons is same. So what are your views on this? I mean, how you keep your friendship untouched from this factor of competition with your friends?
Have you ever seen a group of soldiers marching past you? Have you seen the look on their faces when they look at each other? It was more or less the same for us because every one of us was getting inspired of each other and hustling harder for whatever we wanted. Yeah, sometimes there are differences between people, but then if your friendship is strong enough, most things will not affect you. And when some people are together, it feels like, yeah, we are in this together, man. We can help each other out, we can do this thing, we can explain that. Yeah, let's just sit down and read for an hour. Let's explain each other what we have read. If you don't understand, let me clear those doubts. And sometimes it's like that. And most of the people advise that if you are in a common study group, there will be more advantages to it because people coming from different backgrounds of education know more about their own thing, and then that will help you out in your preparation. When two people are sitting together, obviously there will be some differences, but when you're all adults and all mature, you will make your own decisions and come out of it, whatever the struggle or tussle going between you guys. You really feel grateful when that one senior of yours invites you to have chai and discuss today's current affairs, and yeah, feel more welcome into the place. Things like that will create such bond between you all which will last for a lifetime. I'm sure of that.
That's really great, Sameer. I mean, it's so good to know that you people live with such high and healthy spirits, even in a place where I can say that the vibe of competition is in the air. And now to wrap things up, what are the suggestions that you would like to give to those aspirants who are planning to do their preparation for this exam in Delhi? Samir, from your experience, what you feel are the strict do's and do nots that one should follow so that they make their period of this preparation very enjoyable and worthy. Over to you, Samir.
Thank you, Daman. So, in life, there are two ways to get by. One is being in control, and two, not being in control. Either of it is good. So, let's talk about the first one. So, when you're in control, you're planning the day as you want it, and you're creating a little goals, and which are achievable and not overburdening yourself. And at the end of the day, you're accomplishing them. You're doing what you are supposed to do, and then that will give you a sense of purpose and direction. It'll help you steer your way towards your goal. And mind you, if you get a little too intense in that, you can lose everything you have. But then yes, you never have to lose hope while doing this. And the other thing is not being in control. Not being in control is really hard. So when you're doing this, you're basically giving it up to the forces. You're having this freedom to do what you want, but you have to be productive while doing that. For example, you're studying a subject and there is a related topic in another subject which interests you. Everything is interconnected that way. So you jump on to that subject after completing this particular topic, and you're encompassing knowledge that it's in a which runs in a different way. So interconnecting everything and actually using that in your favor will give you the edge over the others, where you will kind of feel that I'm not in control, but yes, things are going great. Life is steering me in the direction I want to go, that is towards my goals and aspirations. So you will have that sense in your mind when you are not planning your day on a specific level. So when you have a topic, you need to have a 360-degree knowledge about it, and whatever aspect that covers, you need to have a hindsight about it. So this kind of preparation, connecting the dots, and working towards the goal will really help a person who wants to crack this exam. Also, perseverance, determination, and the will to do what it takes to get by. That is the most important thing. I had this amazing senior who was a close friend of mine. He was so intelligent and hardworking, and also willing to put in the hours for the exam and do what it takes to get it. He went until the interview in the first attempt itself. But then in the next one, he could not crack prelims. And that made him really depressed. He thought that all hope was lost. And such is the nature of this exam. It makes you irritable. It feels like it is in your grasp, but it is really not. Or when it is, you think that everything is lost. So it kind of plays with you. But one way or the other, you'll get out of it a winner, even if you get it or not, because it changes you from the inside. It changes the way you think. It gives you a little discipline, if not so much. And after that, he wrote that exam, the UPSC CSE, and cracked it finally. And he is the one who thanks himself for not giving up on himself. you know it is really hard sometimes not to give up, but if we hold on and think about what is going to happen next and just persevere, given the work, hustle harder, and you might actually get it.
Well, thanks a lot for talking with us, Samir. We have learned a lot from you. There are so many aspirants across the country who are planning to go to Delhi for their preparation, and you have given them some tips and rules. And from this whole discussion, it is clear that UPSC aspirants have no scope of diverting from their dreams, and they should be solely dedicated towards their goals in order to receive the title of an officer in civil services. At last, I really like to thank you, Samir, for being a part of this wonderful initiative. So, folks, that's it for today from our side, and I hope you really enjoyed it. If you are listening to this podcast on Anchor or Spotify, do follow our channel for the amazing upcoming episodes, and do subscribe to our channel in case you are listening to us on YouTube channel CD Bath. Soon we will bring to you another episode featuring another young and dynamic leader who will share his valuable life experience. Until then, stay blessed and healthy. Bye bye. It's your host Damanpal Singh signing off.